Alrighty, guys, it's that time of the week.
Yet again.
Unholy Trinity podcast.
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
On time.
Let's do our little intro.
Hello, everybody. My name
What was
is
it?
Zephros.
I froze. I was like, wait, what are we doing? Hi, Zephros. How are you doing?
Zephros Ordeo. I am a man in the podcast.
Not
my
a
left.
woman.
No woman.
No woman.
No woman allowed.
No woman, no cry. I am cry.
Hello, cry.
I am SZL. You can call me SZL. And I am here.
Yeah. And I'm Jack Murayama. Wait, yeah, Jack Murayama. I am
Nice.
also here.
Oh, Nihonjin desu ne.
Hi. Boku wa Nippon.
Kanpai on that.
Yeah, I actually met someone who is. This is a thing for some context, fellow listeners.
Readers.
I'm like, I want to meet more Japanese people in real life. You know, like around Melbourne, and it's just like I've met like one, and now I've finally met another person.
Nice.
Yo, that's nice.
Someone at my work. Their name is Midori, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
like I'm pretty sure that's my aunt's name. So I was like, oh, that's got to be Japanese.
That's like a restaurant.
Is it like a restaurant? Is
I
it like
think
a
it's restaurant.
drink?
In the kitchen.
Isn't it like an alcohol?
Don't
I
worry.
thought it was like a plant name.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh wait, isn't that green?
Yeah,
Midori's
you're thinking
green.
of the same thing, right? The green drink.
Let's have a look for it. Midori. I can't spell
Is it the green?
Melon liquor.
Yeah.
Oh, Midori means green or melon liquor brand.
Yeah.
There you go, folks.
So,
So if you're a Japanese individual, please contact at Jack_Moriyama for more details on how you can be his friend.
Jack _Murayama on what? Just like
on
general.
everything.
You just put it out into the universe.
Oh,
You're
yes.
manifesting.
Yeah, we're manifesting you a new
melon
Japanese
liquor.
friend.
Yeah.
Or melon.
And Japanese friends. Yeah. Hit me up.
Hit me
But
up.
yeah, that was an interesting. Why did I say that?
Because I said Nippon this referencing another thing.
I forgot.
Referencing another thing you
Yeah.
told us.
No, yeah.
Japanese. Anyways.
Anyways.
Yes.
So we're a podcast.
We are.
We're gonna commence with said podcast now.
Okay, cool.
Also, we want to give a little bit of a brief. I was gonna say shout out, but that's not the right word. We're on Apple Podcast now, so if that is your platform, your preferred platform, your platform of choice, you can go on there. You know, give us 5 stars. Is it 5 stars on Apple?
Yes, stars and leave a review.
Leave a review,
And we'll be able to read
only
it.
positive. But if you do leave a review, we will respond to it in the next episode or whatever.
And yeah, it'll be fun.
We'll single you out. And
That's the
about
point.
Also, if you want to leave any feedback or just like hit us up, give us recommendations, stuff like that, unholy.pod is our Instagram. And you can reach us there or at 3unholythings@gmail.com, spelled out in English instead of with a number. I mean, I don't know how to say
Number
that.
is not English.
Anyway,
Anyways.
we could
so,
do mail
sorry.
time on the Instagram, hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like,
So-
you know what I mean?
We'll just send us in actual emails.
Yeah. And
Send us in a letter.
We'll respond to you. We'll respond to you in our podcast.
Hey. That's
Speaking
the
of
plan.
which, let's get to it. So, as usual, start off movies. We'll go TV shows, news segment, and we'll do something a little bit different because this may be a shorter content. We're going to do a bit of it. We're going to try something, and we'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're also going to try another thing, which is mail time. Where we've got
Yeah.
one comment, I guess, we're going to respond to, but we'll get there.
Nice.
So we'll start off with movies and what we've been watching today. Not today, I mean in general.
In the past week.
And I think Dia's going to start off with a certain. Speaking of Nihonjin,
Oh, yes.
yeah.
Right, everybody.
Yep.
This past week, I got the opportunity to watch a movie called Tanpopo, made in 1985 by a Japanese production can't remember the director's name. He's a guy. But it did
not
star...
Not a woman,
cow.
apparently, you know.
No.
Deer
not a
hates
woman.
women. That's the theme of today's episode, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Segregation. Anyway.
Yeah.
So
Tampopo.
Yeah.
It co-stars. It will stars. One of the stars of the show is Ken Watanabe, and which is one of the selling points that I took to watch this movie.
Did you know I'm actually related to Ken Watanabe?
Oh shit! Yo.
Yeah, he's actually like my great uncle on my aunt's son's side.
This is real information,
This is
ladies
real
and gentlemen.
information.
Real.
Definitely.
Tell us in whatever
It's
format
not.
you want to tell us how real you think that is.
well,
Hey, I'm always a real
one,
one, you know.
But it's
Be
all
real is my go-to catchphrase because every
Be
day I scream once a day. Be real time. Be real time.
Be real. So Tampopo is a movie about how these two truck drivers
fall in love.
That's
suddenly...
what I was thinking. I was literally thinking out of my mind, and he's just
Well, too predictable.
Yeah.
Well,
This movie
they
shouldn't be
fall in love,
predictable,
but not in the
Oh, okay.
conventional way. They fall in love with the art of making ramen.
That's pretty fucking hot.
Yes. So one day they stumble across this tiny ramen shop, which is owned by a lady, a divorced lady, mind you. And
Oh.
she's been struggling to run this shop. And so they decided to help her out. So they go through all this
I
this whole
generally
journey.
thought you said help a rat, but I realized you said help her out.
Yes. Not a rat.
The rat noodle. The
The
noodle
lady
rat.
was not a rat.
Are you sure it wasn't like Remy, you know? Remy the rat.
Might
you
have
know,
been Remy.
No, but if it was Remy, it would have been spaghetti.
Mamma mia.
That French ramen.
French.
Yeah, it's French.
Remy's
Remy's French, dude.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah,
Hi.
it would be
So-
baguette.
European.
Baguette, spaghetti.
I apologize to all of our European readers. Anyways.
Pretty sure we have
Readers?
0.
Listeners?
Mm.
Because
Listeners?
50% of our listeners are from Australia. And the other
Yeah.
50% comes from my land.
Mm.
Japan.
My mum.
Japan, that's where you're from, right?
Yes.
Because I forgot to tell you guys this. We're actually related. I just
Yeah.
did a DNA test the other day.
Mm.
Well, I am, in fact, your uncle.
That
If
is
you
true.
remember.
That is true.
So we are. So, Tampopo. Tampopo is the name of the lady who's running this ramen shop. So, she's struggling, and these truck drivers are like, damn, this ramen shit, yo. So, they're like, yo, you should make it better. And the lady's like, yeah, I should. Can you help me out? And they're like, yeah. So they go through all this whole journey
Yeah.
in learning how to make the perfect ramen and having the best ramen shop around. So they go through all the other ramen shops and see their competitors and stuff and see what they're doing good, what they're doing
and then
wrong.
they burn the ramen shops down to the ground. Then they can be the only ramen place within the next 100
Damn.
miles.
Yes, but metaphorically, as they improve in making their
Yeah.
ramen,
Yeah.
therefore defeating all the competition around.
Indeed, indeed.
But along the way, they meet new friends, new funny characters along the way. You know, it's like Alice in Wonderland.
Sure.
Tampopo in Japan.
Yeah, and then
Wait, does it have like fantasy elements? Or is it you're just saying they're meeting friends and so it's like Alice in Wonderland?
so the fantasy is they make a ramen shop.
Sure.
But
It was all in
also
our
they had
heads.
the
It was
point.
all just a
Yeah.
fantasy. It never
Yeah.
existed. The ramen shop never existed.
Yeah, they meet quirky friends along the way, you know.
Cracky.
Do they
Uh,
have a scene where the two lovers, like one of them is trying to make ramen, but they can't. Then the other one goes like around them and helps them. You know, like
like behind them?
yeah,
Oh.
you know, like the old. You know.
Excuse me, behind them?
No, I don't mean in like a weird way. I mean like kind of in a weird way. Like you know how people,
In a
you
romantic
know, like
sense, yeah.
the oh you're struggling. Let me help you, and then it turns
Mhm.
into the movie Ghost, like the one with the fucking
The ghost.
pottery. You know, the one with the
Oh,
pottery, and then the romance. Yeah, you know.
I don't think they did have a scene specifically like that, but there was a romance developing between the older truck driver and Tampopo because they've spent so much time together and they got to know each other. You know, they're like, yo, you're a nice person.
Mm.
Yeah. So it's a funny and heartwarming movie. Besides the random scenes of this mafia guy,
It is a crime thing. You were right. That's how you predicted it.
random scenes of this mafia guy having sex while using food items as sexual toys.
Damn.
That's my only caveat to this
That guy really put the man in ramen.
in this movie.
It didn't sound Japanese until then.
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yakuza
if it
food
was supposed to
fucking.
be a metaphor for something, but I didn't get it.
Yeah.
What is the metaphor of Yakuza fucking with food? Don't play with your food, kids.
Yeah, maybe. Appreciate the food you're having, like you appreciate a cherished other.
Bakes and donuts.
Sure. So do you recommend this movie?
I do recommend this movie. It's a fun watch, but maybe just don't watch it with the kids.
Damn, can I watch it with my parents? Parent.
They might be confused with the Yakuza scenes. But other than that, the ramen shop story is pretty good.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I do like a good ramen. Do you know what else I like? Not the movie we watched this week.
Oh.
Dia and I watched the great Harry Styles.
Oh,
One of
again.
his films.
Harry
Again, we were
Styles
actually
the first.
I watched it because we watched the other. I watched the other one. I was on a bit of a Harry Styles thing, and I might maybe next week I'll watch fucking Dunkirk again. I don't know. But
Oh yeah.
sorry, I went off track. Yes, we watched My Policeman,
Mm-hmm.
which was interesting because it was critically panned. It was getting threes and fours across the board. It was fucking crazy. And then we watched it, and like, at least in my opinion, it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, which is like, because I was very expecting it to be bad, and like it had me at the start because like it's very interesting because it's like it takes place in two different periods of time.
Two?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. One of them in the like present day, and one in the past, right?
The past.
But I only give a shit about the past
Ah.
because the future, present, kind of looks boring and it's like grey and nothing's happening, and I don't know
They're
the characters
old.
well enough to care about them because I haven't seen their part.
Yeah.
Thus, but like they have to do this kind of flashback thing for the way the story will unfold and the way it wraps up. I feel like a few script revisions could have made it better in that way, so it didn't drag at the start. However, I actually really liked pretty much all the flashback stuff. I think Harry Styles is a kind of a good actor,
How about it?
and everyone else is just haters
They
because
hate
you're not
him.
as handsome as Harry Styles. This goes to you especially. No, I'm joking.
No, he loves Harry Styles.
I know you love Harry Styles.
He wants him to be a nerdy scientist character, if I recall.
do?
Yeah. Is that a Don't Worry Darling reference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She'll be wrong.
I mean, she'll be babe. But
That's a little extra from last week.
as my policeman, or as we call it in Australia. Wait, what do we call police in Australia?
The
The
cops.
copies. My fellow pig.
Yeah, my pig.
Peppa Pig.
But yeah, I thought the story actually got pretty emotional, and I teared up a bit at the end. Little secret
What's
there.
that?
And,
Peppa Pig out of
yeah.
10?
My point being, I like this movie and I recommend it. I think it is gonna get like quite overlooked because it's on Amazon and people hate it. But like,
Just don't watch it
honestly,
on
this
Amazon.
is what I like, and I think it's one of the better romance films I've seen this year. And because I pretty much haven't seen any romance films this year, I'm probably wrong. I'm just not remembering them right now.
Mm.
Nice.
Actually, Parallel Mothers, that was really good. Anyway, what do you recommend?
Yeah, I like it. It's very, say, the drama elements be good.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's a good insight to what might have happened back in the day
Back in the day,
if you're a cop
me and you, baby.
and if you're a homosexual
Yeah.
and somehow you're also married.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool movie.
Cool movie. What do you think, Sonny? You recommend?
From what I've heard, just fucking why not?
Harry Styles out of 10.
Harry Styles out of 10.
Oh yeah, pilot.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say, trying to find a segue, but I can't.
I know what they
Harry
say.
Styles is
Yep.
British.
Mm-hmm.
Indonesia is a country too. Gia watched an
Yeah.
Indonesian film this week. You want to talk about it?
Indeed. I watched the film called Before Now and Then by a person I forgot the name of. It came out earlier this year, I think, and it made the rounds in Indonesian social media, I think, and it's on Amazon as well. But I'm not sure if it's on international Amazon. But it's on the Indonesian one. So it's a movie about this Sundanese housewife in the 60s.
Yo, a Sundare housewife.
People, for those who don't know,
Nice.
people from
Go
the
on.
Yes, I'm very
Well,
proud of that.
the majority of people in the province of West Java are Sundanese people. They speak Sundanese. So the whole movie is in Sundanese, which is already pretty interesting. I'm from there, and I can't speak that language.
Damn, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'm not an OG. But yeah, so it's about this housewife from the 60s who is married to a pretty wealthy business owner man.
That's Dio's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole context of the movie is in the 60s is when the communist purge happened. So everyone's kind of on edge. And they're like sus about everyone, you know. They're pretty sus. Everyone's a bit sussy.
Yeah. Like today, in the
Yeah.
modern era, where everyone's like, there might be an imposter among us.
Yeah, so yeah,
Spy on your
Among Us is
neighbors.
happening in real life.
Yeah.
But it's more of a movie about the mundanes of life, or in this case, the mundanes of this particular housewife's life. She was married before she married to this businessman guy, but that was in wartime in the 40s. And then the story was her first husband was kidnapped by some army dudes, and they had a baby, and the baby died. And
Very
so
sad.
she married off to this business guy to have like a decent life. So back to the 60s, she has 3 kids, and she's living all right. But then she discovers her current husband, is probably cheating. Yo,
Yeah.
some drama.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
But-
man.
Like any good Asian household, she needs to keep that in the down low and not bother
In
about
the down
it. You know?
low.
Yeah, so
Truly.
the movie is about that explores that traditional sense of like, yeah, I gotta keep myself together even though it be happening.
Even though she be dying on the inside.
Yeah,
Just like me for real.
yeah. So she keeps that up.
Girl for the kids.
But she keeps having these dreams of her old husband, who she thought was dead, presumably dead.
Like
And how,
dead or alive.
yeah, that goes later in the movie where he's apparently alive.
Oh.
But like, yeah, she's like haunted by the
Wow.
memories of her old life, and I guess the haunting of the dreads of her current life, which is the husband cheating. And so she goes on in her life, and then she met the woman that I think the husband was sleeping with, and then they have a bit of a thing, and then they became friends.
Damn, is this spoiler?
Yeah. I'm just spoiling the whole movie.
Spoiler chat.
Why not?
Spoiler discussion. Spoiler thing.
Actually, I'm just gonna skip the rest, I guess. All right. So, wife yada yada. She essentially later finds her peace, and then she moves on. The movie's really nice, though. It looks very nice, very good. Very
nice, very good.
The colors are very nice. The shots are very nice. I like it. Very well. It's pretty artsy. It's pretty artsy movie, you know, because it's an indie film and they got to be artsy. I thought the story and the script was pretty interesting. Maybe a bit slow at times, but I enjoyed it. I recommend. Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Where could I watch
Quite
it?
a-
How did you watch it?
Upbeat.
I
happy film.
got it through non-legal means.
Oh, and on this podcast, we're going to talk about that.
Let's continue.
Anyway, yeah. Well,
Do
let's
you
move
want to
on.
watch it? I can give you a coffee.
Legally.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Anyway, what we definitely did legally watch because we used Disney Plus was Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special, which is our.
Yo.
That's going to be one of our big segments of the show. We're going to do a traditional review for this one.
Let's go.
Let's get started. So, Guardians of the Galaxy. I think you want to say Volume 3. Let's start. Christmas special. Directed by James Gunn.
As always.
Written by him, I assume.
I don't know. We could
Yeah,
look it
let's
up, or we
go.
could just improvise.
We'll improvise it. We assume he wrote it.
Yes,
It stars Chris Pratt,
It's Mario.
Vin Diesel,
Crispy Rat.
Crispy Rat, Karen Gillan,
Mr. Batista.
Dave Batista. What's her name? Probably
Don't
should know
know
this
her
one
name.
because we're probably going to talk about her the most, I assume.
Sad.
I guess is it a minor spoiler if I say another character's in it, but it's in the trailer, so like, does it count?
No, you can say it. It's in the
Yeah,
trailer.
Kevin Bacon's in this one.
Oh, Mr. Bacon.
Vin Diesel.
Said Vin Diesel.
Did you?
Yeah, I said Chris
Vin
Pratt,
Diesel's
Vin
second.
Diesel,
Okay.
yeah. For some reason, even though he's not really in
He
this.
had like two lines.
Well, to be
Bradley
fair, he
Cooper.
always has the same line.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper's in this one,
Yeah.
but like barely also. Oh, we'll get into more of that later. But yeah, anyway, you already know the Guardians cast. It's all of them back again. Let's just go through our first impressions. What do we feel in Neo?
It was quite the spectacle to see.
Behold.
Behold. Yes, it is a Christmas special. Very light-hearted and much phony, but sometimes I thought it was not that phony, but still was a Christmas
Yeah.
after all.
Good.
Yes.
It just felt weird. I'm watching a Christmas film in November.
Yes, we are 1 month
Christmas
early.
is right around the corner. It's 28 days from day of recording.
Yeah.
Aren't you the Christmas spirit? Oh wait, you don't work at a Christmas
Am I
retailer
the
like
Christmas
me.
spirit?
I also wear Christmas attire to fucking Archie's like
I
all
look
the
forward
time.
to Christmas. I can't wait for Santa,
Santa
to come around my
comes.
house. Yeah.
We had Santa comes to the Archie's.
Oh shit.
Is he doing a
Yeah.
DJ set?
Sorry?
Is he doing a DJ set?
I know it was stand-up comedy actually. He came out and he was like,
Yeah.
Standing in his walls.
ho ho ho,
Sit on
my
lap,
wife is a
kid.
hoe.
Oh.
Peak comedy.
That's a good one.
No.
And I was like, Santa, stop being sexist, dude. Like, we don't use those words. And then
I would love to
Santa's
see
like,
Santa.
dude, I'm
DJ
fucking
Santa.
ancient. You know, back in my day.
I would love to see
Really?
MC Claus though.
MC Claus.
I would love to see that. That would be dope.
I feel like MC Claus would be like a DJ cat.
Cat.
Yeah, like a DJ cat
Claus.
MC Claus.
Rawr.
Tearing down the DJ booth.
MC Noel.
Ooh, because he be taken.
Noels.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right. Only W's here at the Unholy Trinity.
GG.
Do we think this movie was a W?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's fun.
Yeah, I think this is a very cute, wholesome movie. I think families would enjoy this one.
Yeah.
But also, like, that's my kind of like my biggest problem. It's like too uncharacteristically child friendly.
Too safe.
It might also just be because the last thing we watched was Peacemaker by James Gunn. So like, but like, I don't know. The humor in this one was less like, it was more safe ones. I don't know.
Yeah.
Even Guardians is not the sort of thing I'd be like, oh. But like Guardians, like even Guardians 2 had a lot of like interesting, like they deal with like darker stuff, or like the father, the issues, shit like that.
Daddy issues. No.
And forcing people to have children and shit. The last one, that was an interesting one.
It's
But,
Christmas though.
It totally. I feel like it
Christmas,
captures the vibes
yeah.
of like Christmas movies and shit. Even though, yeah, like it's some of it's a bit uncharacteristic for the characters, and like I don't think the movie's like that laugh out loud funny. There are a few times, like I would say, yeah, 100% it is, but like not all the time. But then right, this is like my own opinion, and like once again, I might just have everything confused with Peacemaker. So, yeah. But I think it's good. I
didn't feel too put off by it, by the characters being out of character, because I felt like this was taking the characters, the part of their character where it is this wholesome, playful, Christmas spirit characters.
Yeah.
Yes. So I feel like it worked that way.
Yeah.
I was just more put off by the fact that it's not Christmas yet.
Damn, dude, for real.
Christmas. Oh, Kevin Bacon, he's cool.
Carissima.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, like, let's just bounce off that one and go into acting then.
Sure.
Yeah. What do you think about the acting?
They shit a lot. They shit a lot on actors for some reason.
Yeah, that was one of the funnier jokes I think was in the movie.
But general acting though,
the acting was pretty good across the board, I guess.
Alright.
Except I think, okay, this is just my hot take. I don't know if my experience is just weird. Okay, first I have to say, for some reason Disney Plus audio wasn't syncing properly. And I assume because no one else had this issue that it's not an actual, like, it was just me. Though, bearing in mind, I can acknowledge that for like the second half of the movies when that was happening. But during the first half, I was like, some of the line delivery from Chris Pratt was weird. But I don't know I feel like that's just like my take. But like, I don't know, just, particularly I was just like, damn, was his delivery always kind of like, I don't know. There's this moment where I'd be like, hey, that line did not sound right when it came from him. I don't know.
Was it the bit where he's talking to the band?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like I don't know. I thought, I think it was that part where his delivery was a bit strange. Did you notice that?
Yeah, well, to me, it's just kind of felt like, I don't know, maybe Chris Pratt's just lazy at the time. So
that's what I thought. Like, it was just like, it was just seemed lazy.
Could have been overdubbed. That was, well, I mean, not very spoilers. Just to describe what was going on.
When the musical number was going. So.
Okay, musical number going on. Probably an overdub, I'm guessing.
Like his dialogue afterwards and stuff. It could have been dubbed though, because like the delivery was very weird. I don't know. So, yeah.
He's busy doing Mario, so couldn't do that one.
Well, I assume he was busy doing the other movie because they shot this one back to back, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think Groot was barely in it. I don't know. Apparently Cooper had one line, and I don't remember it. It was at the very start.
Cooper.
Then he like never speaks. Oh wait, then he goes to then he talks about his presence at the end, and that's kind of it. I don't know. I can't really assess that much. But I think Drax and Mantis were good. Is it just me, or is Mantis's performance, like the actress's performance, like quite different though? I feel like Mantis's character is like, I don't know if the right word is just like a lot more sassy in this one. Does that?
No. Is
I
it
guess
just
I don't remember
'cause-
the old movies well enough.
Well,
Because like
character-wise-
in the old movie, she really
I know.
doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
She's
So having-
egoistic.
For her to take on more of a
dominant role.
lead role, I was
Yeah.
going to figure out if that was or not.
Yeah,
If for her to take on more of a lead role, there needs to be some level of like, I need to like lead the story, but I'm also not a born leader,
yeah,
so it's gonna be a little awkward,
yeah.
or a little bit different, a little weird.
I kind of vibed with, like, I thought she was funny. It is like
Mm.
it felt a little bit out of character. I feel like because it's weird because you got Guardians 2 where she's first introduced. Then you got this Christmas special, and it's not after another Guardians movie. So it's like it's got that weird, like, I don't know, bridging the gap in a way where it's like I don't know. It's not like this is only like a 30-minute thing, so it's like not enough for me to get like a full thing of her character and get super accustomed to her. But like it's more than the amount of screen time she usually gets. So like
Yeah.
I don't know. I found it in like a really weird position. So like don't get me wrong, I enjoyed her and her banter with Drax is really funny, but I was just like, is this how she normally acted? And I want to be honest, I don't remember Guardians 2 like that enough to be like,
Well, she had some
If it
funny
did-
scenes, if I remember, from Guardians 2. But
Yeah.
maybe it's like.
but I don't
she's
seem to
more
remember her
op-
being
she
like a
opened up,
snarky
I
because
guess,
like
in this
she spends a lot
particular
of
one.
this.
Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off. Sure, you can continue.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I assume what was in the writer's mind is like after Guardians 2, she would be more open, or like she opened up, therefore more sassy, I guess, or
Yeah.
more talkative.
But yeah, I don't know. She just spends a lot of this time yelling
Yeah.
at Drax in this one, and I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, was that what it was always like? I don't remember it
Well,
being
I
like
think
that.
they became a bit like besties, though.
They did become besties, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but yeah, I don't know. I just don't remember her character being as outspoken. I guess.
Yeah.
It was
But,
a fun film though. Like
it
the
is,
acting
yeah, it's
fit
really fun.
into like the sort of campy kind of.
Yeah.
It's they're acting like
Yo.
they're doing a fun film.
Yes.
The acting fits as if they know what the film is that they're making. Writing?
Yes, writing. That's what I was trying to get. Yeah, the writing was. It's cute, wholesome, has a nice message. I guess I don't know. It's just not quite as funny as the
Yeah.
other ones.
Well, they're also trying to be generally safe with whatever they're
Yeah.
writing.
I don't want to. I don't know. Because I've seen a lot of like the reviews and stuff kind of coming out of this movie was like glowing. They were like 9 out of 10s and stuff like that. And I had like pretty high expectations after Peacemaker. But like, and also Werewolf by Night was the first Marvel
Oh, yeah.
special, which was like really good. And like, I don't know. I just didn't like it as much as I wanted to like it, but I still think it's enjoyable and like fun. But yeah, I feel like we would have different opinions on this, but like, it's yeah. But I think the writing's like pretty decent.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be a bit funnier, mainly.
Well, same kind of. Not as funny. I like Kevin Bacon bits though.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cinematography, pretty standard stuff.
Yeah.
It had a lot of
Very
those like
standard.
whippy camera thing, where like they're showing
Oh,
one
yeah.
thing and then it goes to the character next to it because it's part of, that for
Transi-
visual jokes. But yeah, which is pretty nice. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really
There's not much to
to
talk
say.
about in a 30-minute thing.
I guess what we can talk about is probably editing and visuals.
That would be the way we get more of it.
We were talking about how the set looks like it's just like they use the Mandalorian
yeah.
set. It's
Mm.
very
Hmm.
Star Warsy.
Yeah.
Based
Which
thing, obviously
fits.
with Christmas stuff on it, but like the actual thing is
If Mandalorian was dressed up like a Christmas tree.
yeah. And interestingly enough, they're like, "Oh, the Guardian." Oh, is that a spoiler? I actually might just skip that because I was like, oh, the location itself might be a bit of a spoiler. Because I actually have a little bit more information about that. I think I got from a possible leak. So you'll hear it first on the unfortunate exclusive Guardians 3 news.
We got leaks.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. The really surprising thing is, do we think you saw Groot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it was CG or practical?
CG.
I'm leaning towards CG.
It was CG.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it looked very good. Like, better than usual. Like, I don't know. It looked kind of like, maybe because of the design, this looks bulkier and more like a person could be in the suit, sort of thing.
Yeah, he's growing up.
I think Groot was very good looking in this one. Yeah. But yeah, I think all the CG was good. Nothing. Yeah.
Either.
I think my actual favorite parts of it were probably the not CG stuff when they're like just like down
On Earth.
on Earth.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was actually like that's the part where I was enjoying myself the most because it was funny Earth-based stuff. And actually, low-key, like I get it's a Christmas special, so like it wouldn't really have worked, but it would be fun to get just like Mantis and Drax go on adventures in Earth, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it wouldn't fit completely with the movie. But yeah, that would be fun. Anything more about that?
No, I didn't even think about editing enough. Yeah. Just audio and music left, which is just it's Christmas music.
It's the thing is it's Christmas music, but it's not like Christmas songs, you know. It's like
They made
James Gunn type
original
Christmas soundtrack. They had a
songs.
couple of original songs. The rest were just like Christmas songs, but like kind of like the deep cuts, you know.
Christmas vibes. Not Christmas songs per se, but Christmas vibes. We got that going on.
Yeah.
I wanted Kevin
That's pretty
Bacon
decent.
to sing a Footloose, but he didn't.
I feel like probably. Well, he might have actually, but yeah, no.
They sing a funny original Christmas song instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Christmas.
Are we all just like burnt out and tired of Christmas now?
Damn, last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
But the very next day.
I think we should make a promise to our viewers. We're going to get more sleep before our next review.
Oh yeah,
Maybe.
I for sure have to.
Yeah. But anyway, that's non-spoiler stuff done, right?
Yes.
Spoiler
All right,
time.
I guess
Spoiler time.
it's not much spoiler. Honestly, there's like nothing.
There's
It's a 30-minute thing.
Yeah.
There are a couple of things that I guess we should
A
address.
couple of things.
And so, all right, here's your spoiler warning. In
Well-
3, 2, 1. Highway to the
Highway.
Was
All right. Yeah, the thing I wanted to address. They're based in nowhere,
yes.
which is like and there's like a Lego leak for the obviously the Guardians set launching early next year, and one of the sets is apparently the Guardians like headquarters. So I was like, oh, that would be that place. So very cool.
Epic.
Yeah, and I guess literally the only other spoiler is just like, what's her name? Mantis and Chris Pratt. That's this character's name.
Yes.
Are
Mr. Quill.
related,
Peter.
which like makes a whole lot of sense, and that was like actually a script thing. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty clever because it makes so much sense.
Yep.
With the events of the last movie.
Peter.
Yeah.
Let me talk about a funny scene where a police shot Drax like 5 times and then he flipped their car over.
That was fucking funny, yeah.
Mm.
I really liked when they were on Earth. That was like the most enjoyable for me because it's just like shenanigans. I really liked when they went to the Hollywood Walk thing.
Oh, yeah.
And Drax fights the guy in the robot, and someone comes and goes, "Look, it's the God of War."
Oh yeah, that was
funny.
For me, as someone who's really invested in the God of War series, that is hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah, for real. Oh, you know, I'm currently playing through the first one.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Well,
like
I'm in
it.
the first of the reboots.
We can talk about God of War in our new segment today.
soft reboot. Is it like no? It would. It's still a hard reboot because the other ones wouldn't be proper canon. I assume with that because it wouldn't make sense.
We'll talk about it later.
From my understanding, bear in mind I've only played the first like hour or so. The events of like the fact that he killed the fucking Greek gods is canon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that explains how
Spoiler
characters.
warning.
Spoilers for the first. The first game. Like,
I know.
one came
The first game came out a while ago,
Yeah.
so if you don't know already, then
but yeah,
whatever.
sorry, but yeah, that was all I was going to ask you. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of the spoiler stuff from this movie TV special that I wanted to talk about. Do you guys have anything?
Tequila.
Oh, when they went to the club.
Tequila.
They should have Midori instead. You know that
Melon
the
drink.
melon liqueur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Warms your right up to the gutters.
Also, so because I got the Lego Advent calendar, right, which was Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas. It came with like a little spaceship thing that was like, I don't know, I thought it was like a Santa sleigh spaceship.
Mm.
Should make an appearance in the movie. So I'm like, must have been some concept art.
Missed that
Oh, what's the new ship called?
My ship.
Called the Bowie.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's very cool. Very cool indeed.
The
David.
boy.
Shall we do the final verdicts?
Let's
Starting
go.
off with this gentleman over here.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
We
Again.
are about
That was
That was a terrible
to
effect,
tell
yeah.
you about how good this film is. I think it was fun to watch. If you like Christmas and Guardians of Galaxy, do
Yes.
watch. And maybe if you like Mr. Bacon
maybe.
from such movies as Footloose. Now he's older man.
Such
Quite
movies.
sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it 7 out of 10.
You know, if Chris P. Rat and Kevin Bacon had a child, I would rate Crispy Bacon an 8 out of 10.
Yo,
So what did you give it? I completely said that.
7 out
Yeah.
of 10.
I'm in the same boat as Dio. I think it's a fun, cute, wholesome movie. I especially like the portions when they're on Earth and stuff. But I just didn't think it was that funny, and some of the characterization felt a bit weird. So I'm also gonna give it a 7. Also, like, kind of like, in all honesty, I don't want like. I hope that the script is better for Guardians 3.
Mm.
Like I do, like in general, just even in the terms of humor, I hope it's not. I hope it's
Yeah.
funnier than this one.
Well, I think they won't go this route.
Yeah, because I'm sure they took the main film way more seriously
Yeah,
than a Christmas special.
Yeah.
I just give it an 8 because if you want to watch something fun and just like, you know, just chill and be wholesome, I'm here for it.
yeah, fair stuff.
Clear.
So it's a combined
Right.
average of like about like a 7.4
ish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's- yeah.
7.3. Radio.
All right. We'll move on to talk about some TV that we watched this week. It's not a long list. Dio and I will do the weekly chainsaw update where we're on episode 7.
Yes.
7. Oh, that's a magic number.
I'm digging
A
this.
lucky number.
I think it's pretty cool. Though they're introducing new characters that I don't really care about,
Yes.
but I don't know. I mean, I can't really distinguish between the fucking people in the suits. They all look the same.
Yeah.
Eventually,
just,
they'll start
True
using the
racist.
same NPCs.
Recapping the episode 7, or are we gonna also talk about 6?
You talked about 6 last week, from what I remember.
Yeah.
So we'll just say episode 7.
Alright, 7. This is a funny episode.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. They do some cool stuff with a building, right? That's what.
Oh, yeah, that
they have
ended
the fight,
episode
yeah.
7. So,
Wait, what was episode 7?
Wait, was that? What's like the first half was Denji fighting the thing and then getting out, right?
Oh yeah.
And then they have
Oh,
drinks.
last episode.
Streaks.
They have drinks. Oh
Drinks.
yeah. You get some funny comedy stuff. You get interesting motivational stuff with protagonist man.
Denji.
Denji, yeah.
Oh, what's
pretty
your thoughts on 9/11 Demon?
Yeah, no. Like this is like an actual thing in the thing. 9/11 is canon to the show
Yeah.
because it's canon to real life. And like I feel like there's like weird misunderstanding from the creator. He doesn't really understand because foreigner. Like the joke about this is like there's like one of the worst demons, the gun demon, right? Which makes sense. The way Chainsaw Man works is you got like not demons, devils, right? Devils are all based on people's fears.
Okay.
So you got the gun demon is really powerful because kind of everyone fears guns, right? And the gun demon, originated in America, which is
because of 9/11.
Which is pretty funny. And they say, he appeared on 9/11, which doesn't make sense because there weren't guns on 9/11.
It's supposed to be the plane.
It's the planes, right? And like the hijacking didn't even have guns because they had like homemade bombs and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Funny.
so actually, like the 9/11 stuff didn't actually work. And they do like a big emotional thing with one of the brothers, but like still, when I had that in my mind, I'm just going like, it doesn't make sense. Like, I'm sorry, but like, if I guess a Gundam is cool in concept, but I think the execution wasn't very good because it just does not make sense.
Also, on that, from what they've showed, the gun devil's power is to blow shit up.
With like wind.
Yeah, to blow shit up, which is what killed the brother of Aki, I think that's his name. But Thomas told us apparently the demon has guns, but they didn't show us.
Also, another complaint I have about the show is there feels like there's no stakes because the main character constantly I guess it's just a shonen problem, right? Where you have to make the main character get absolutely pummeled and then they come back stronger than ever, right?
Yes. Well, his stakes are just his stakes. Kissy.
Oh no, I mean in terms of like the character's mortality.
Oh,
like he's every time he's in a situation where they're like, oh, he's gonna fucking die. I feel like I'm conditioned at the point to be like, no, he's not. Like,
well, it's still within the shonen realm of
goofiness.
Yeah, goofiness.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I don't know, it's very atmospheric and stuff. I like it definitely feels higher budget than your average shonen and all of that jazz.
Every episode they get a new ending.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Pretty high budget of them.
Pretty hype.
This episode we get more insight on what Makima's deal is.
Which one's that?
Red hair boss lady.
Sort of, not really.
A bit of a clue.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say enough to warrant a clue. It's more like,
yeah,
I don't know.
And I guess maybe the other thing is the eye patch chick lady. We get more info on her.
I'm going to be honest, I do not care about any of the people in the suits. I'm waiting for I don't know, because they do it in just a lazy way. They'll have flashbacks that look the same, and then they introduce new characters that apparently I'm being told as I watch it that they're not going to come back to season 6. So I'm like, okay, you just gave me no reason to care. So I was like,
in the flashback.
Yeah, I don't know.
Flashback.
So I think the show is good. Though I don't feel like it's not enough for me to get wholeheartedly devoted to the entire cast. I like the main character more. I still don't think he's the best, but I think he's interesting enough.
It's different from the rest, I'd say.
Yeah, the character development hasn't kicked in yet.
Contemporary.
But that's what you get for watching a weekly anime, I guess.
Yeah.
One character arc that we dragged out for age.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The manga readers be like, yo, this will happen. Because they speed read through the manga.
Yeah.
And like, they got no timing.
The real question is, like, the manga readers, can they even read Japanese, dude? I feel like they just look at the pictures,
they
right?
just
They
look
just
at
look
the
at the pictures.
And be like, yo,
They're like, damn.
Denji. Just like me for real.
Mm.
But
There's
yeah,
one for
so
the
I
fellow
guess
readers out there.
overall, good stuff, good update.
It was a good episode, I'd say, yes.
Yo.
Next up.
All right, and then I guess we're gonna do our season finale / series.
Series.
Season review.
Season review of Andor.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Andorres.
All right, we'll start off. First impressions from Mr.
Are
Dio.
we doing whole season impression?
We'll talk about.
The episode.
I feel like talk about the episode, and
Season
we'll,
finale
at the very end, we'll do a brief.
Because that's how we did WandaVision.
Yeah, I feel like we've given pretty
So-
consistent updates on the season that we don't need to do like that much of a. We'll just give like a season score and like
Yeah.
thoughts. But,
Episode 12 of Andor.
Mm.
Yes. We're tying everything up this episode. Everyone be going to the same place to see the fate of Mr. Andor. I'd say it was a pretty good episode in tying things up. Quite action packed, drama filled. It was good.
Everyone's here.
but everyone is here.
It all comes back together.
Indeed.
Except for I think one character that wasn't actually that hasn't been connected to.
Which character?
Well,
Is this
I
spoiled?
said that out loud and I realized that was actually very stupid of me to say. Of course they're connected to all this, but no.
Who are you thinking of?
More. Not there.
Yeah, no. That's actually going to be my main criticism against this
Yeah.
episode, but we'll get to that.
We'll
later.
get to that later.
Yeah.
That's like the whole other thing, but other than that, everything else. I feel like they brought it together nicely.
Yeah. So much tension in this episode. Like fuck, if you thought the episode where all those policemen get fucking bombed was like pretty brutal, this is a lot worse. Definitely like this episode, yeah, definitely not for kids, I'd say.
Mhm.
Like
They-
quite violent,
They
very
need to
dark.
learn about the revolution.
Yeah.
So let the kids watch.
But,
Rise up, kids!
I really liked it. It was season build of tension building, and you get this one which, like, you already established in the last episode. Pretty much everyone is coming here,
Oi.
and the stuff
much
tied
fun.
together in various ways. I don't think this is a perfect finale. There are a couple of issues that I have with it, though. Like one of them mainly reflects the season as a whole. There are a couple of choices this episode that I wasn't a fan of. However, I think this is a fucking fantastic episode. And, like, still some of the best Star Wars we've seen in a long time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we could go because we mostly want to talk spoilers, but we'll go through the non-spoiler stuff quickly. The acting, we've kind of already touched upon. No new characters are introduced.
Yeah.
Right, so I
Not
know.
at all. A few like side characters where they're acting and the way they bring about emotion really pretty powerful sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. The show definitely reaches these emotional highs and stuff. That's pretty good. Yeah. The writing, like, it's hard to talk about anything without spoilers. I guess in a non-spoiler way of addressing, because we've already touched upon it, the Mon Mothma stuff, I don't think it works in this episode. And I don't like the ending. Like, when they could have ended in a much more powerful way, they kind of just went to that.
Mm.
If I'm remembering correctly, it was the last shot.
I think I remember what the last shot is. I don't.
but provided there is a post-credit scene, I'm not counting that. Well,
Yeah.
because that's obviously spoilers. Yeah, I don't care about the Mon Mothma stuff. There is, I hate what they do to one character's arc. I hate it with an absolute passion. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but I feel like there was a character they introduced early on in the show that was very interesting and not really like anyone we focused on in Star Wars before. And like they had like such a strong motivation, you understand it, and then they completely went and fucked it up in this episode. I feel like you'll definitely know what I'm talking about when I get into spoilers.
Right.
But like I absolutely didn't like it, and it made me very uncomfortable watching one of the scenes that this character was in with another character. Another character that they set up to be really interesting, but I thought paid off terribly.
Yep.
But the Andor stuff, like Andor himself and his whole quest here, he returns to do something, but I realize that's kind of a spoiler for what he's
Yeah.
to do, right?
Well, yeah, we can. If you watched the previous episode, you'd know.
But also like
coming back.
something else.
Exactly. So doesn't really. That's what doesn't matter. The police siren probably got picked up in the mics, right?
The what?
The siren outside.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's an Andor reference.
Yes, it's coming to catch us. We're talking about Andor.
Yeah. I thought this is a fucking fantastic finale, though, in regards of paying off everything else, pretty much.
Was it criminally too good, do you think?
More like criminally underrated, am I right?
Underrated.
Because I don't think anyone watched this show.
Seriously?
Which is like not a good sign
actually.
because they obviously poured like a lot of their budget into this one because it looks like much better than most other shows, especially if you're watching Marvel stuff.
Yeah. I talked to my friend about it.
I really hope that just because the viewership numbers, I'm pretty sure they're like pretty low. Just because they're low doesn't mean like.
But the reviews are good, right?
Yeah, but like so is fucking Mindhunter. That has perfect reviews. Nobody watched it, and it was really expensive to make.
Yeah.
Which is like, I'm worried for Andor.
The way I talked about it to my friend was that, well, I was like echoing your sentiments, but probably maybe the best Star Wars property ever.
Like Loki.
Loki?
On
Sure,
the original
since-
trilogy aside, I
Yeah.
think like this is one of
Since
the best stuff.
Mandalorian, this is
Yeah.
probably the better or second best.
The actually interesting thing that I saw online is this isn't just a good Star Wars show, it's a good show. Because like a lot of the time it's like, I don't know, when I'm watching a Star Wars property, it's like I'm not just, I don't know, maybe it's my fan servicey Star Wars fan brain that I'm like, if I see something remotely good in Star Wars, I'm like, this is great. Whereas like it may not be even up to standards with just like another show or something in the same genre. It's just like because it's Star Wars. Because
Yeah.
in terms of an actual track record, Star Wars kind of sucks as a franchise. I think it has more misses than it has hits.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna go like sequel trilogy, miss. Prequel trilogy, pretty much a miss. Original trilogy, good. Then you've got the various spin-offs.
I mean, even
that
the
were-
originals, they were like, they're impressive at the time and like it's a good story and all, but they're like not the best at what
I feel
other
like
movies do.
no, I think they are because they set a lot of stuff for modern cinema. So like I'd say
VFX wise, yes. But
VFX
movie
wise.
wise, there are better movies at the time.
I mean, I like the stories. I
thought
feel like
that
if
story's
you
pretty
maybe
good,
if you
right?
watched like a lot of Japanese cinema, you might think it's not as good or something. But like in terms of like the Western media, because it brought a lot of stuff from Japan, obviously, into this in the way it
True.
told its stories and stuff. I don't know, but I really like the original Star Wars stuff. But yeah, this one is definitely one of the better ones. In my opinion, it's probably my favorite Disney Star Wars thing, other than Rogue One. I don't know why I'm looking at you for this. Like, this is me
I am
thinking
the
to
Disney
myself. Yeah.
I rewatched Rogue One relatively recently, only because Andor came up, and I already don't put my thoughts on it now.
Yeah. I feel like this show makes me want to watch Rogue One again. But yeah.
I did watch Rogue One. Yeah, I don't know what my thoughts on it are anymore. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That is my eternal struggle as a movie reviewer.
For real. Yeah, so any other thoughts on the writing? Yeah. What were the things you didn't like? Because I feel like
Even though everything ties in together, not everything was resolved.
because season 2,
Yeah.
which is like the one thing I'm like, okay, cool. They confirmed a season 2 before season 1 even came out.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, it's not gonna get like fucking cats.
I guess it's like the best compromise they can do. Just like I guess tying everything together.
Yeah.
But they still need those for the next season.
Yeah.
I don't know which character you didn't like, but I might have a thing on that, but I don't know which one you're talking about.
It's not really a character,
or like
it's two
whatever
characters.
Thing, yeah.
And it's their interactions with each other. We'll get to it later. It's
Yeah.
gonna be like really obvious when I say it. But Yeah.
Right.
The character interaction is weird. Not the characters themselves necessarily.
Okay. So writing done.
Sure.
Cinematography I think is good.
Yeah.
Stuff.
I think it's very good.
Yeah, very, very good. Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Editing
nice.
and editing visuals, I think same boat.
Yeah.
Definitely one of the better looking Star Wars things. Not just things.
Thingies.
Yeah, I don't know.
Owl thingies.
Yeah. Good looking stuff.
Yeah.
Sound stuff.
Just,
Music.
I didn't pay much attention to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
I mean, Star Wars always has pretty good sound design in terms of actual sound
Yes.
effects and shit.
And what I just was thinking of this episode is all the tension and stuff. The music and sound effects really helped amplify that.
With the anvil and shit like that. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, you like when in Minecraft when the anvil drops on your head,
Yeah.
you instantly die.
Oh, I don't. This is like. Sorry, this is not related really, but kind
Not
of.
related to Minecraft. Me bringing
Yeah.
up Minecraft, which is not related
Yeah.
anyways.
In terms of like the visuals and stuff, I think the stormtroopers in this episode are actually scary.
Because they have guns and the people don't.
I mean, yeah,
We'll
but
leave it
like
at
they can
that,
actually
yeah.
hit people.
Yes.
Oh
It's
yeah,
fucking
they
crazy,
don't
dude.
miss. Yo,
They don't
what's
miss.
up with
They
that?
don't miss. They don't miss.
Is that enough for non-spoiler?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I reckon.
Let's just jump to the spoilers. There's a lot more to talk about here.
Let's go.
Oh, that last time.
Did it bust out for the last
Spoilers.
review though?
No,
As in, like,
because I wanted to bring this one in for Andor. I'm
Alright.
surprised you were halfway during the recording.
Oh.
I don't want to record it today.
It was a trick all along.
Yes. How's the Mandalorian? No, doesn't matter.
Do it.
Anyways,
Alright,
hello. Sorry, I bumped my mic.
Yeah, so I guess you want me to talk about the thing. The fucking policeman, dude. Why is he having a romance with the fucking ISP agent, bro?
It's not even a romance, or it's just a weird. The
Bro,
scene they
it's
have. It's
fucking
just like
weird.
weird tension. I'm like,
And
what?
she's like, why'd you come back here? And he's like, oh, I came back for you.
Was that supposed to be romantic?
Was it? I don't know,
It didn't
bro.
feel
It was
romantic
really
in the
awkward,
slightest
bro.
to me.
It
It
was-
felt like something they might have wanted to open the possibility of that. I didn't.
It was
feel
so
that
fucking
it was
awkward because,
directly
like,
that. It was just felt awkward to me in that
His
moment.
motivation is meant to be to fucking bring justice and shit, right? If his motivation is coming back for her, then what the fuck?
If coming back for her meant I'm coming back for you and your ideals, and I believe in you and I will follow you,
Bro, he just simping for
or he's just simping.
But yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that. That entire scene made me uncomfortable. I was with my
Same.
roommates, and I was just like, I don't like this at all.
Yeah, I
So-
didn't know what was happening. It was like, what is happening?
It also, I don't know, because she was like fascinated by that. I was just like, I don't know. She's she's kind of a shit villain now.
I thought she was just like very flabbergasted from being stampeded over.
Yeah.
Steve Lacey concert, dude.
Yeah, it's basically.
But wait, fun fact? The Steve Lacey
Fun
concert
fact.
in Melbourne was they had a fucking rush for the doors.
Did they break the doors?
So like the context of that one was, all right, Steve Lacey's coming to Melbourne, and he gets TikTok famous, right?
Oh,
And so like a lot more fans than usual try and go to the concert, so they upgrade to a bigger venue. Thing is, everyone's paid for GA,
Mm.
but the place has seated.
Okay.
So it's first come, first served.
Yeah.
Terrible idea.
Push people over the seats. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that aside, yeah, did not like that scene. And yeah, generally maybe hate, like, I kind of hate those characters out. I don't care what happens to them.
Fair enough.
Was Saw Gerrera meant to show up in this episode?
No, I think that his stuff was left with Luther in the last episode, as last episode was the resolution of that Saw Gerrera kind of the ultra. What do they call, like, the extremists?
Yeah,
the extremist rebels.
I assume he'll probably be back next season though, because he's in Rogue One, so they're still trying to bridge the gap. I don't care about the politician subplot, and I don't really like how the big, like, after you got all this big dramatic stuff in the middle, they're like, I guess big stinger is the fucking wedding. Well, not wedding, like the children's meeting.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't know.
We've been brought up. The writing of the kid not resenting her mother.
Yeah.
And what are we supposed to feel? Do we resent the kid as well a little bit? Are we supposed to take Mon Mothma's side, or?
Though, fun fact,
that's the whole thing. I don't understand much of the relationship or, like, the thoughts behind that bit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just like me with my Star Wars Frango. Like, I don't give a shit about this fucking.
The fame.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be better written. I just not paying that much attention. But I know it did seem like it was just a bit of a step back from the fucking highs of this episode.
Yes. Well, I guess the political storyline, I think, was well written as a political drama.
Yeah, but I
it
don't think it just really
directly relate to whatever's happening, going on in the field, you know. But it's somewhat important in the rebel thing.
Yeah,
I think just plot wise, it's going to be important.
Yeah.
Just for the story, nah.
What do we think about the Luther stuff for this episode?
Luther, he's a cool guy.
Interesting, yeah. He's an important figure.
Yeah. Do we get his full motivation now?
Not yet. We don't know his full backstory, but we got a glimpse of it, I think.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed by not, like, having enough. It'll be the season, and I'm, like, not really fully invested in him yet because I don't know enough about him.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I kind of really, I don't know, he hires, like, assassins to go after fucking Andor, and I'm like...
Well, now we know he's bad to the bone. As in,
it's a little bit unnecessary. I don't know.
That was me thinking he was protecting the rebels because Andor had the possibility as a loose end to...
I thought he's just protecting himself because he knows his identity.
I feel like
also because
Andor
of the
owes
robbery.
him.
That's connected
because
to
he
him,
did the
so-
robbery.
Yeah, he did the robbery.
I think it's main. I personally took it as like it was about him.
But he's a big
But it
push,
seems like
pusher for the rebel movement.
yeah, especially in this episode, you get like bits of him looking at the calamity and he's in shock, and I'm like, oh. I feel like his arc is a bit too similar to Andor, though, in that sense of like.
But he's already in the.
But he's
movement.
already in the movement, yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
We're shown like he'll go to any length to do whatever he wants to do, and I guess that's his thing in this.
But
season.
then they team up at the end
because Andor convinces him, hey,
by
I'm not such a bad guy after
fucking
all.
kill me or let me join you.
Well, in the first place, didn't Luther kind of just saw the potential in Andor?
He saw the potential in Andor to begin with. And then now it's like, so you're one of us now. For real.
Yeah.
For real. Well,
But before you were just in it for the money. Now you're in it for real.
But Luffy's got to fucking die in the next season, bro. He doesn't make it to Rogue One.
Probably.
Yeah. Any other things in the episodes you want to address other than this?
What do you think about
what the
Bix?
dog's doing?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Bix is like fucking. Oh,
Is
like,
her whole function is to be the damsel in distress? in the last few episodes.
I guess, because her psyche gets broken, but now I guess they can't really make her a POV character anymore
Yeah.
because she's kind of fucked. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think she did enough in this episode because she can't really do anything.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Her
Though.
character is
like,
essentially kind of killed off
yeah, it's like
in terms of a
she's been
character
I guess
assassination. Bro.
killed off just for the sake of Andor saving her.
Yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed because she was a really strong character at the start. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm not too pleased.
I actually didn't really think about that properly until you brought it up. Thank you for. Yeah.
Which I guess is kind of like we've already got so many egos and personalities in this last one. Bix's character took up a lot of the first half of the show. Do we need another big character to?
But I mean, don't just.
Well, yeah,
to
like,
load up the.
But like, if you've already established her as a big character, like you can't really get rid of her without it feeling weird because it's just like one character's gone. I don't know how they're going to do it the next season. But I hope they don't do it to all the characters because they have to. Because basically, like every character is not going to make it till Rogue One, kind of.
Or at least the rebels are so detached from society and the rest of the galaxy that they can't. There is no way they can interact with their loved ones.
Yeah.
Like in Rogue One with Mon Mothma, we don't see. She just left the family, I guess. Is the assumption.
Though, to be fair, we don't see her enough in general.
Nah.
Get off one scene. I'm gonna say, well, at least I don't give a shit about the villains.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I feel like I'm too harsh on this episode, even though I think it's a really good episode. Yeah.
Yeah, the villain bit. I don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. So I guess we could talk about the post-credit scene.
Sure.
Yes.
Death Star. Ow.
They
That
build
hurt
it.
my arm. I'm like that.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah, they're building it. I wonder what's going to happen to it.
Gonna go boom boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Do we have anything else to say?
Post-credit scene's ironic because they're taking the parts that Andor's making in the prison to build the Death Star.
Loops
Cool.
back.
Who comes
And
back?
then he's going to be the one to
This helped destroy it.
destroy. Very cool. You know, this also just ties it together better. So shall we give final verdicts for the episode?
Sure thing.
Yeah. Righto, people of the world.
Episode 12 Andor.
Episode 12 of Andor.
Jinx.
It was 1 second apart.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Jinx, do that then. Yes, I'd say it was a very strong episode, although it still had its flaws. What you do? You break the chair?
More.
It's
Bro, he did it again.
Oh my god.
Remember when you broke the chair in the Suicide Squad review?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Keep
my
breaking
god,
chairs, man.
Oh, it's actually, you know,
I'm the chair killer.
you know how we have an Instagram now on holly.pod?
Yes.
I was looking through because we have like the reels of our skits and stuff.
Yeah,
And I was
those
watching the fucking Jungle Cruise one again, and that was very funny.
It was fun.
Because Sonny's acting whenever he'd go, "What if two cowboys kissed?" And he looks off into the distance and it overlays.
To be fair, the editing was good on that one. The editing really helped with that one, but
yeah, that was funny.
I did really forget about our skits. Then I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I
our
saw myself with
skits.
a beard, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Dude.
well, to be fair, this is beardless stuff.
Oh no, that was beard,
That
dude.
was
That was
beard,
like
beard.
fuck.
It was
yeah.
2020 pandemic.
We were into the pandemic, yeah. That was, yeah.
And I don't know what we can talk about this later if we just want to.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
I'm just like,
God.
man, why was the thing for us to wear the formal stuff on top and then just to wear like fucking shorts underneath? Looking back at that, I was like,
There's the Woo Awards.
that was the Wool Wars,
Yeah,
but that was also
Wool Wars,
Jungle
yeah.
Cruise because I was trying to play.
Yeah,
bit dumb.
Disney
Yeah.
individual.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah.
But it's like that was a look, and I don't like it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't like how I lived that one down.
I don't like the beard I had either. Like, fuck. Yeah.
But you're always
Remnants
sexy.
of the past.
Yeah.
I had weird hair on that particular skit, yeah.
Mm.
It's too short, but not long enough.
Yeah. When I look back at it, the writing that I had was bloated. I had one monologue that went on for way too long than needed to.
Oh,
But it's still fun.
Ooh,
I
what if we had
remember- I
a
remember
space
writing
Jam
that.
album?
That was weird.
Mm.
Yeah.
Writing
It was kind of
exercise.
funny. I don't know. I thought it was
Should we
humorous.
do
It
more
was humorous.
skits?
Yeah.
Kind of makes me want to do a run back, do some more skits, but with better.
Oh, we could get started
Wink,
on
wink, wink.
awards. Fucking hell.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
shit, yeah.
do that.
We should, yeah. But anyway, what was your score?
Yeah, like
Yes,
score.
Andor episode 12, very solid episode, but it still had its flaws, you know? Yeah, I liked it. I give it an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Also an 8 out of 10. Same
Well,
things as
straight
Dio.
up. Straight up, man. 8 out of 10's all round.
Strong finale.
Dude.
Very
Then
nice.
we can go ahead and give your thoughts on the season and give it a
Oh,
score.
yes. Very cool season. Good show overall. Very solid. I'd say the best Star Wars show since Mandalorian. Say on par, maybe even better. I haven't thought about it that much, but yeah, it's on that level. I'd give it a solid. I give it 9.
Man, what did
Ooh,
we
that's
give?
like one of your highest scores you've ever
Nice.
given, I think. Yeah.
What did we give Mandalorian?
Would have been
Don't
kind of
know.
high.
And to be honest, I'm not even like comparing my score to
Yeah.
that one. I'm just going on
Because
what I feel
they're
in the moment.
pretty
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
They're in their own realm. But I do feel like I want to go on the realm of the Mandalorian comparison with this show, however, even if it's like completely different. Where I felt like this one, sort of the payoff at it would be my score for the episode more so than the actual season. Yeah, that one no. I was just gonna say like the payoff at the end was not as like on the same level as the Mandalorian payoff at the end. But no, the season as a whole, man, that was a journey. I don't know, like, yeah, no, like an 8.5. That's just the number that came into my head.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, my thoughts on the season. One of the better Star Wars properties. I think it has really high highs. And like at its worst, there are moments that are like, I guess, mid in terms of some arcs I don't care about that much. I think the payoff could have been a little bit better, but I understand there's 2 seasons and they haven't fully tied everything together.
Mm.
But yeah, I really like this one. I'm gonna give this one an 8
Very nice.
with a combined average of
8.5.
8.5.
8.5.
Yo.
There you have it, folks. Do we have the news next up?
We do have the news. How are we doing on time, by the way? In terms
We
of
are
recording.
1 hour and 20 minutes in. So that's pretty. That's a standard
actually pretty
episode
standard.
length.
That is very standard.
Oh,
Let's
good.
look at this. And we have segments that we wanted to try out still.
All right, the segment at the end is going to be really short, though. So
Yeah.
I'll do as I usually do and speed through the news.
For the news.
We have some unfortunate news that occurred this week in Sydney, Australia, where fellow YouTuber Friendly Geordies, fellow Australian YouTuber, I'd add, his house got firebombed, which is
Quite
unfortunate. Fuck.
You don't want your house
yeah,
to be
you don't want your-
firebombed, do
yeah.
you? Yeah.
The media kind of sucks, and this is what you get for being proper journalists in Australia.
The recap is Friendly Jimmy's is a political YouTuber who talks about political issues in Australia. And
A little
currently,
person talks political things.
yes,
Quote unquote.
he and his team investigates into stuff. Like, I guess they do journalism as well.
I guess.
Yeah, they have a proper page now, like a news page, journalism page, where the team investigates stuff. And for the past half a year, I think they've been investigating into money laundering in the New South Wales casinos and whatnot. So, in terms of potential suspects on who might have ordered the firebombing. His enemies would be the mafias and the casino gang,
Or
because
just
they
like,
don't like him.
yeah, politicians as well.
They're I think Clubs New South Wales organization. They're also like suing him at the time for, what were they suing him for? Fucking defamation, I guess.
Hmm.
And they're also suing the whistleblower who called them out, and he has cancer, and they're suing him, which is very nice of them to do.
Very cool, New South Wales.
Very cool.
And,
Very cool.
He also investigated into potential connections between John
Ballarat.
Mr. Barillaro, and his dealings with, I think it was Coronation, a weird real estate and property
It is
developer.
pork barreling.
Yeah, and their ties with the, I think it was called the Alabadine crime family or something. So potential people over there that may have an issue with him. So he's actually doing some real good investigative journalism there. You know, he's
Indeed.
looking at on what's happening. So he's making a lot of enemies for himself that may have done this to his house.
Yeah.
That's the recap.
Yeah.
Yo.
So that, yeah. So if you consider, you can support his Patreon or something
Buy him a house.
in these hard times. Moving on from that, Warzone impressions.
Yo.
I played Warzone 2 and DMZ this week. I must say, playing on PS5 does run better than it would on PC, I assume. Had a lot of fun. I played with friend of the channel, Justin Chow. We did some
Mr. Chow.
Warzone. We did some DMZ. I think DMZ. I don't know, because I feel like I don't really know exactly what Escape from Tarkov is like, but like DMZ at least is like super open and ended in the way you go about it, and like I don't really know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, except that you have like a time limit and you can extract at the end. That's about as much as I get from it. But I had a lot of fun playing it though, because we just did co-op fucking fun against like AI pretty much, and maybe we killed a few players, I think. Extracted with some loot. Warzone 2 though, it is, in terms of my enjoyment factor, I pretty much enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed the first Warzone, which is like, it is really fun with friends. I would never play it otherwise.
Friends.
I would not play it by myself because I suck at Battle Royales.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale.
That was the call out from Warzone 1.
Has Justin Chow been keeping up with our episodes?
I don't know,
As
but
of
hey,
late.
if you are, this is your shout out.
No.
Yes, sir. on the show.
We have some interesting news with once again, I don't really get this fucking thing of why interviewers keep asking directors about what they think of the fucking Marvel universe.
They wanna. That's a
Because obviously
funny,
the director's going to say something controversial like, "Oh, I
It's a
don't like
trap
Marvel," and then
question.
everyone's going to be like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
Yeah.
Which, like, to be fair, like, I do agree that if you are a director, you're going like, "Oh, fuck Marvel," the people who are involved aren't talented or whatever. It's like that's a really dick move. Like, to be
Yeah.
honest, like, I don't know, don't look down on other people's work, even though that's, I guess, what we do as critics.
Well, I think
Or
it's-
critics,
You can
know,
have
it's
your
different.
opinions, you know,
But like, I don't know, when you
a better
We're
publicly just
respectful
go
about
like,
it.
yeah,
We give an unbiased
I mean,
judgment.
did he actually say "fuck him up"?
no, he didn't. Like,
Yeah.
to be clear, he didn't. It's just the usual stuff that comes out about being like, it's on the lines of it being not proper cinema and that shit, you know. It's what
Man.
every fucking director says, which is like, which is dumb, but it's also kind of dumb to ask them. Like, I see
Yeah.
it both ways, honestly.
Tarantino, right?
Yeah, this is Tarantino.
Bro,
We
all he
actually
does is
covered
copy
this.
movies.
That is true.
That's the thing.
We also covered him last
Yeah.
week when he said something about Marvel, I'm pretty sure. Oh, no, we actually covered him because he's doing TV or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, Simu Liu was like, "Oh, I'm proud to be part of a company that something about diversity and stuff."
Well, Tarantino has people of diverse cultures in his.
He's also
films.
very questionable with his quite liberal use of the N-word in his scripts.
he's trying to keep up with the youth.
Yeah, and he was actually asked about that this week, and he was like, well, maybe if you don't like it, my movies aren't for you. Very cool response, Tarantino. Very cool.
It's for artistic purposes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I thought it's kind of dumb news, to be honest. Like, I don't know. But yeah. Speaking of other kind of dumb but interesting news, did you know that Honda is trying to put PS5s in their cars?
So if I buy a Honda, I get free
What?
PS5, or is the PS5 in my Honda?
That is a good question. That's actually a valid question. We should bring it up with one.
Because I see that's something Tesla would do.
Speaking of, Sony themselves, they're developing a car to compete with Tesla. Which is why I said they're making car.
Yeah. But then why are they collabing with Honda when they can just put PS5s in their own car?
Because their factories are busy making PS5s instead of cars.
And then they're going to make all cars as
Damn.
well.
When are they going to make the cars then if they're making the PS5?
I don't know.
Damn.
But they're making a car.
Very
Damn.
cool.
Make sure it's not just a singular car as an advertisement for the next Forza Horizon. or
Gran
whatever.
Turismo.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Maybe their funny new car will be in Gran Turismo, maybe.
It probably would be.
Yeah.
Concept car.
We also have some Thor 5 potential news here, which is that
Fifth
Chris
one.
Hemsworth kind of doesn't want to be Thor anymore. In a nutshell, he was
Go
like,
back
I don't really want to do
Australia,
Thor unless it's a
Chris.
complete different tone, which is fair.
Mm.
He's been the same Thor tone for the last, since 2017?
The last three movies.
The last
2
5
movies.
years. The last 2 movies, including, that includes the
Mm.
So yeah, kind of
Yeah.
fair. Now we're gonna do something a little bit different today. This is gonna be a little trial for, I guess, weeks where we completely run out of stuff to talk about in terms of content that we watched and stuff. But we're gonna do a little discussion segment. I don't know how long this will go for. I guess until the conversation dies out. But Dio has put forth a question, and that is, are movies sucking?
I can relate that back
Today.
with the Tarantino thing of like,
Yeah.
what is real cinema?
Oh, you're just going to end on what is real.
What is real?
What is real?
As in, like, there's no
Be real.
proper.
I mean, arguably, real cinema, by like a purely linguistic thing, it would be something that plays
In the cinema. Yeah.
And what tops the box office?
Match
Downright Avatar. But also Marvel stuff, right?
Yes.
So, are movies sucking?
Yeah. Do the movies suck? Are they sucking?
Are they sucking? I feel like these days we have some bad movies, but we also have some good movies, which is kind of
Yes.
how movies
It
work.
has been, yes.
It's probably been like that for a while. What is your take, Sonny?
Movies are movies.
Movie
Damn, what a
pictures.
great discussion. I wonder if we can keep this up for the next 10
See, what
minutes.
does Tarantino think is a real movie?
Well, arguably anything with a lot of feet in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say, like, what's the movie with a lot of feet in it? Oh, all of his movies. But other than his movies.
Footloose. True, that's fact. But a lot of the feet.
The Hobbit. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
They have big, hairy feet, dude.
But the Footloose
I
had
was-
a
I
lot
was
of their
just getting
feet
very
covered
confused.
by shoes.
The Hobbits?
Footloose.
Oh,
So
Footloose, yeah.
it's kind of against their name.
Yeah. Those feet aren't this. Yeah.
All their movies are products of their time.
Yeah. I feel like if we're gonna, like, I don't know, I don't say our movie's sucking now. It's just like,
They've
if you want
always
to talk
been
about them as
sucking.
products of our time, I guess the thing is, like, I feel like the obvious thing to say is like, oh, we're oversaturated with superhero movies. Is kind of like the general.
That's the trend.
That's the general
for the
trend,
past
right?
decade or so.
And because I've actually done quite a bit of study into this,
Yes.
as I did film genre as an elective this year, and the way genre cycles work. and genre cycle implies like a like it is a contained thing, and it will die. But if you want to actually talk about an even longer lasting genre cycle than superheroes, is actually horror.
Yeah.
Because horror got popularized with the old Universal stuff like Frankenstein, which we actually watched, and it's still
going.
Maybe if I say more popular these days, because it's like, oh, you make a movie for cheap, make a lot of money in the box office. Because that's why you make horror movies, because they're cheap, essentially. But I don't know. Is superheroes like, I don't know, is it like, do you think it's like genre?
They've been making superhero movies since the 50s, 60s. When was the first Superman?
Well, like, when was it like popular mainstream?
Well, it reached the peak.
And when did they sort of
The-
reach a sort of formula with it?
I feel like the superhero cycle would have been like late 90s with like Blade, stuff like that. Blade, Batman.
As in
Wait,
the
Batman,
peak or the start?
No, the start of it.
start.
I'm not saying the
Yeah.
peak. The peak would have been like mid
Late 2010.
late 2010s, yeah. But yeah,
What's the upcoming new trend of cycle?
I don't know. That's actually an interesting question.
Have you noticed anything new that?
No, because
Might
movies are
catch on?
sucking, dude.
Damn.
I guess that just
There you
answers
go,
our
that
question.
answered that question. Movies do be sucking. They be sucking because they suck.
I think there's, weirdly enough, there's like, I feel like there's more of a rise in indie films. And I think we definitely saw that in like Everything Everywhere All at Once did like really well, like better than projected.
Well, I can see that in today's age, indie films can benefit from not mass media, just general internet stuff. You know, your social medias is very much the peak of engagement in social media and sharing media amongst each other is now, because we live in a society, an interconnected society.
As people get more connected, technology advances, people are going to have more access to these things. People are going to make more things.
Yeah, indie films are getting more light these days. Definitely that.
I feel like I come from a perspective of
And I
I
feel
haven't
like-
interacted with films too much to see the rise in indie films, but if there is an indie film rise, I can understand it. I just haven't been watching films for as long.
Well, I think in terms of the content that we've consumed for the channel, we watch a fair, not as much lately, I think, because we usually do like the big film of the week and it's usually a blockbuster. But like, I feel like we've covered our fair share of indie films over like, we watched like one of our first films, if not, I think the first thing we ever reviewed was Guns Akimbo.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was an indie.
And I think, especially with A24 as a studio being like very popular.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. There's just like a lot more, I don't know, support for indie films these days. You got like bigger names doing things and like, it's also an interesting thing because like, obviously, like, even though you have bigger names for things, the actors are still getting like a pay cut essentially to what they're used to getting.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think there's an interesting sort of change in mindsets from actors where they're like, I don't have to be in the big blockbuster to be a good actor. In fact, I think it's actually more of the trend now to go and do an indie film, right?
I guess so.
Because like you think about like all of the big actors, you know, like especially after they've peaked in terms of like, say like do a big superhero thing, they kind of go into more indie stuff. I feel like we're probably going to touch upon this later in the year, but Robert Downey Jr. is coming out with a little documentary he made about his father.
No.
Which is, I reckon, we'll probably watch later in the year. So, like, I don't know. It's pretty interesting.
When I think about this kind of stuff, I think about the word artsy.
Yeah. I feel like in terms of artsy, it's a complete... Indie just means, like, low budget. But, like, I don't feel like we don't watch that many actual artsy films, I'd say. Though I feel like if, in terms of the way I view artsy, it's more like abstract. I'm kind of putting those two as synonymous, which probably isn't
That's
the right
kind of
thing to do,
my
but like,
image.
because I've watched like probably one abstract film this year in cinema, which was this film that Nelson and I watched called Blaze, which is Australian. I gave a little shout out in one of the things we reviewed.
The last really artsy film I watched, I hated it. If you remember from last,
Was it
the funny
Green
tree
Knight?
one?
I don't even think Green Knight's that.
Yeah.
That's not even that artsy in terms. Like, I don't think that's abstract. It's still pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of like you have imagery that doesn't make any sense because it's all complete metaphors.
Right.
Metaphor.
Right.
Yeah. I had something to say, but I can't. Oh yeah, just a funny little tidbit. Do you know how poorly Black Adam did at the box office? It's not going to make back its money.
Very sad.
So Dwayne Johnson was like, "Wow, this is an indie film."
But true though.
It's not, because you have to have a small budget for it to be an indie film, and it hasn't been a fucking independent film.
What if he independently funded it?
Well, that's the thing. He kind of did, because his production company made it, but also Warner Brothers made it. So it's like not really. But
Camera died.
that was one of the funny things. It's okay. We can continue over here.
Yeah.
Hello, camera died.
Yeah, I think. But in terms of the question of our movie sucking, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like today, whether or not your favorite movie is like from a decade ago or like a few decades ago or something, and you don't really like that many movies now, I feel like there is just more opportunity for filmmakers to try new different things.
For sure.
Nowadays.
More opportunity for anyone to do anything.
For anyone to do anything. Or anyone to get into film as well, that sort of thing. Because just like, I feel like the attitude towards film has kind of changed. And that's kind of like is what pisses me off about when Tarantino and stuff say things shitting on other directors and stuff. It's just like, well, they're doing their thing. Like,
It's like how you do your feet thing, Mr. Tevin. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like, we're obviously like kind of critics and stuff, but like we're not being malicious in a way. Like, I feel like
We try to be.
we give our opinions, but we're like, oh, like I would never be like,
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah.
yeah,
We don't undermine the work that they're doing.
yeah. We provide our opinions, but it's like you still have the fucking guts to make a fucking thing, like, yeah. And it's your piece, you know? It's just like,
This has actually been a very enlightening talk.
yeah.
Good talk after all.
Talk after.
Oh my god. Love this.
How are we doing on the times? Like,
140. Good time to end.
I reckon we'll end this little discussion and we'll just do our final little segment,
For sure.
which we would like to expand this one more. I'd say if you guys,
this would be really fun.
If you guys could contact us on unholy.pod on our Instagram or through unholythings@gmail.com by our email, all spelt out in English.
Yes.
You could give us more stuff to talk about, and like, yeah.
Give us your suggestions and whatnot. If you have any questions, put them down.
And speaking of questions,
Yes.
we got one listener. I forgot she wanted me to give her a shout out in our Black Panther review because we watched Black Panther together.
Oh yeah,
But
you forgot.
Encore.
Sorry, just getting my Wi-Fi to fucking work. Give me
We're
a
going to
second.
talk about your wife for a second.
We have a couple of questions.
All right.
This is from my good friend Jerica, and she asked, if it's the unholy trinity, why are there 5 triangles in our logo? I feel like this question is directed at Dio, mostly.
This is a philosophical question.
Yes.
Yeah.
The triangle represents 3 sides, 3 corners,
Quality over quantity.
3 qualities. And the triangles inside of the triangles represent our undying wishes to expand. And you know,
Why should we limit ourselves to just
Specifically-
3?
Specifically 5.
5 times.
5 times.
Specifically 5. Oh, we're getting specific now.
Yeah.
Because 5 is an odd number. And odd numbers are not even.
Arguably, they're pretty odd.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm.
And you know what 3 plus 5 is? That's 8.
Yeah.
Now, think about this.
Yeah.
If you divide 8 by 2, you get 4. 4 is not 3.
Wow.
Now,
So fucking deep, dude.
if you subtract 3 from 4, you get 1. That creates a unity. So the 3 of us, as a trinity, are collectively a unity in our podcast.
I completely lost. I'm not gonna lie.
Therefore,
I love that ending.
But I think that
we
is
are one.
beautiful. Yeah.
We are one. We are together.
We are one, but we are many.
yes,
That
that is why we have 5 triangles in our
That's why we
logo.
have 5 times the logo. The second question is basically explain the unholy trinity. Yeah, that's right. I get shamed by May. Explain like the unholy trinity scale.
Yeah,
And I feel like
yes.
score scale.
Because that was something that kind of just
Yeah.
systematically came into existence naturally in our YouTube videos.
Mm.
I feel like the definitive answer is the unholy trinity scale is quite literally all of our scores averaged.
Mm.
I mean that's the score, right? That's how we do our scores, great.
True, yeah.
Do we all have like different
Perceptions? of it?
perceptions?
My
Like,
perception around it is 5 is not good or bad. 7 is the average of a good film.
why is your average so high though?
Okay, so anything above 5 is good.
Mm.
And then the thing in the middle there is a 7.
Okay.
What?
That was my perception around how it came about to be.
So his average film, or average
Average good
enjoyable
film.
is a 7.
It's a 7.
And anything bad is an outlier.
What about like so? What would 6 be? Bad.
Well, 6 would be
Not as good.
Like below
not
average.
below average.
Not below average or below average? You said
Below
not
average
below.
for a good film.
Average for a good film.
Which is a very convoluted way
Yes.
of us normally saying this is a below average film.
Okay.
5 is definitely not average film because there are definitely not much films that are not good.
Okay.
The way I do it, I just followed the Fantano scale. Pretty
Yeah.
simple. You got 5 being average, which is like average for me is literally just like
Mathematically average.
mathematically average. I have like
Okay,
basically nothing to really say about the movie because it's neither good nor bad. It just is, which is kind of like the worst thing you should be, to be honest. But I go 6
Have
is
an opinion.
yeah. I think 6 is good, and then 7 is because we gave Guardians a 7 today, and I was like, oh, that's very good, very enjoyable. Would recommend. Has quite a few flaws. 8 is like very good, very solid, strong film. Has a couple of things that bug me and or finale. 9 is like pretty much perfect. The perfect to me in terms of like my 10 out of 10 isn't like this is the greatest movie ever made. It's like everything it sets out to do, it succeeds for me, and my enjoyment factor also is part.
Yeah.
And then like you get like for me a 4 is just like a bad film with some redeeming factors. 3 is like it just gets worse. I don't think I have given one thing a 0. I don't know if you remember what it was though.
What was it?
It was an episode of a TV show.
Did it lose?
Oh,
Yes, Super Lowest.
Ah.
But that was because I was like, if this happens, I will give it a 0. And then
Yeah.
something they did whatever it was in the next episode, and I was like, oh, this is 0.
5 Man Sam Family.
We got to catch up on that show, by the way.
Do we?
The new season seems better though. They're off to a stronger start.
Someone,
sorry.
they took Superman and Lois
Gross.
was brought up in my media class.
Did they
Really?
like it?
Yeah, I don't know. I even forgot why they brought it
Did
up.
you go? We reviewed that on our channel.
God, I did not.
Why was it brought up? It's like an example of
An example of something.
Yeah.
An example of like an adaptation, narrative
Ah,
adaptation.
yeah.
Thing.
I suppose it is. Yeah, my understanding of our scale is the same thing as Jack, I suppose. In the
Okay.
grand scheme of things, we followed the Fantano scale initially, I think. So yeah, the understanding was kind of baseline average movie was 5 because that's mathematically average.
What you have to understand, viewers, readers, listeners, whatever, wherever you are,
Yeah.
whatever you do. And if you're bored enough to just be reading a book by now, which is why I call you readers.
Oh, you're reading the script of this.
You're reading the manga.
You're actually reading Mal's Little Red Book. I don't know why, but you are reading it.
You're reading the manga of
Mal's Little Red
Trinity
Book.
before, so that because the anime is too slow.
But you can't read the Japanese, so you actually look at the pictures.
Exactly. You're skimming through it.
Callbacks.
The fuck was I saying? These
Yeah.
two come from watching Fantano. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
These two have opinions. I did not to begin with.
I also think it's just very important for viewers, listeners to understand that the whole thing of why, well, not, I was going to say why we're 3 people, but we're 3 people because we are 3 people. But like,
Yeah.
the important thing is we have a
The selling
varying views. So like,
And we average out.
we average out is the most, like, that is the most definitive answer to like how we do our scoring is we average it out. And so like, generally speaking, and you will get the reasoning behind the averaging in our actual review. Like, I mean, behind each of our personal scores.
Yes.
And they are personal to us. So the way we do things may not be different to the person next to us. And that's,
Yeah.
That's
like,
the
that's
point.
good
Even
because
if
that's the point.
sometimes-
That's the whole point of the fucking thing.
Even if sometimes, and this is always me,
Yeah.
I give vague answers as to my reasonings because I
Yeah.
don't have. I don't know. Yeah, that's just how I am.
That's alright.
I apologize if that's not what you
I
came
guess
here
that
for,
makes sense
but
why your average scores are higher because you're giving, like, you're kind of praising them without having much to, like, I don't know, it's like,
Or is it just
I
like
feel like
you
my
have enough
scale,
to drag
enjoy
it
more
down.
movies?
my scale
Yeah,
is
that's
actually
probably-
basically identical to what you guys are doing because that's how it works in my head as well. Now that you said it, it's just that I myself
In your
will
track
tend to
record.
just enjoy a film more
Yeah.
than analyze it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There you
Don't
go.
pay attention. I can't pay attention to the teensy bits of a film.
Yeah.
I can't decipher why is the writing bad.
Yeah.
I leave that to these guys.
Yeah.
But I can tell when writing's bad generally.
Yeah.
I just won't be able to pinpoint why.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's why we all have each other. We're a unity, as Dio said, with the 5
trinity.
triangles.
Which is a
Yeah. Anyway, I hope that was a good answer for you, Jerica, and anyone else out there listening and wondering along the same thing. Because
Yes.
I feel like
For
that
sure.
is our answer.
For sure.
Anyway, that's the end of our show.
Oh yeah.
If you have more stuff for us to discuss, any questions, stuff like that, hit us up with the links probably in the description or whatever. But we said that already.
Bio, whatever.
Check us out on
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts if that's your thing.
Rate 5 stars, leave a review, and you might just show up in our next review, and we'll give you a special shout. Next
Yeah.
review and next episode, we'll give you a special shout out. We'll read it out loud, all that good stuff.
Yeah, what's
Man.
the name of our reading comment segment? Is it?
Leave,
Oh,
Mail
tell us.
we call it mail time, but
Or do you want check
Male
in the
time,
mail?
but it's not female
it's
time.
not female time. Truly
Inspirational.
great.
Very good. Let us know.
Let us
Because
know
Gio's
if
a
you don't
sexist, I have to add that. That is part of the. That's
It's
your
canon.
character. It's canon to our.
have the canon. No,
It's
no,
the
no,
law
no.
of the foul thing. Yeah.
Do tell us though. Participate in this episode, in this podcast.
Mhm.
You don't just be passive list readers.
Yeah.
Engage with us.
Be
Be active.
activate yourself.
You, yes, yes, you. No, not you. You, yes, you.
Mm.
Yeah.
You have the power.
Hey, dude in the back is flipping us off. Can you see that guy? That was
Man,
I was uncalled
fucking
for,
hell,
dude. No.
You know what? You can have one back.
For real. Anyway, that's it for our show.
That's it.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Yes.
Hey, yo.
Bye.
See ya.
Ta-da.